Captain Skidmore here. Today we are going to discuss Personnnel Query in the Personnnel subsystem. So please place a P next to enter option desired and press enter. Personnnel Query combination. See that right there? We're going to put a Q here and press enter. Now PQ is a great screen. Its brother is AQ, I always say. AQ is for gains, if you remember that lesson, and PQ we use for losses. I come to PQ when I want to know who is a loss to my organization or who is a loss to my installation. So a couple of notes. PQ is the only screen in EDAS that gives you ranges, as depicted here on the far right, these choices of ranges. PQ is also the only screen in EDAS that gives you the option of outgoing O, or in other words, losses. We're going to do a couple of different searches today. I'd like to do a search for an installation, and then I'd like to do a search for a unit and show you what that data kind of looks like. First up is a unit. So let's say we come in here and you've been asked to provide information about 42 alphas who are Sergeant First classes. Now, you don't have to fill both dashes next to P level, but I personally like to put exactly what I'm looking for in both sections of P value on the range. I just like to make sure I'm only getting what I'm asking for. Next up, we're going to fill in our DMSL. Today we're in JTC. Now, there are some other options to consider. Right now, I'm asking EDAS how many personnel who are 42 alphas and E7s that are currently assigned to JTC are losses. I can narrow that down though. There's a lot of different options down here. You can narrow that down by sex. You can narrow it down by AEA code. You could narrow it down by military education level and military education status. We're going to do that today. So we're going to say we're looking for a military education level of T, which is Senior Leaders Course. And let's say we want to know only personnel who've completed it or graduated, which is a code of 1 or field value of 1. Now this is the most important thing in PQ. In order to just view losses, you have to put an O on the cursor next to outgoing O. Again, I don't really like to sort my data, but if you're a person who'd like to sort your data, you can simply put a Y here and press enter. So my answer to that individual would be, Sir or Command Sergeant Major, there are 3 personnel who are currently losses that meet that criteria. You press enter, and these are those 3 people. If you'd like the details of all 3 of these people, you put a Y here where this N is, and press enter. And now you're in record 1 of 3. Now, in order to navigate through this Personnnel query, you'd have to continue to press enter to get to your next record. Right now, you're able to view everything about these individuals, what sex they are, what's their date of birth, what their PPS-PQE is, what their social is, their full name, so on and so forth. You press enter again. I'm in record 2 of 3. Now I'm in Goldfarb Lane. Press enter again, and I'm in record 3 of 3, Keisha Thomas. What's great about this is that all the screen names are in blue and all the data is in white. Very unlike one of the other screens that we looked at, if you remember, that gave us requisition data but gave us to us in different colors. This one is very straightforward. It tells you exactly what your current unit is, and then it goes on to tell you where the person is going to be moved to. Press enter again, you'll go back to your report selection. Okay, please press F3. Please press F3 again. Now, we're going to search for an installation. So we searched the MSL because we wanted to see that information for a unit. We're going to search for a location now. So I'd like you to put the same data in, but do it for LR, Fort Bragg. We've entered 42 Alpha, E7s, who are currently located at Fort Bragg, who have completed or graduated, MES, the Senior Leader course, which is what T stands for. We come to outgoing, and we'd like to put an O there, and press enter. As you can see, we came up with 14 records. I'm going to leave it in a one-line report just to show you what that looks like. So press enter. Okay. So now you're able to view the last name of each one of these individuals and some really relevant data in terms of using it to search other things. So you can see on the first line, you're being given the soldier member's name and their social. But when I said usable data, this is what I mean. If you look to the far right, you're being given the requisition number for that move. You're also being given where they're going. You can pretty much get everything you need from this screen alone. But again, if you'd like more detail, you can simply put a Y where the N is and press enter. And you'll be given that record. This is Rodriguez Colon. Please press F3 and press F3 again and again. You can run the same searches for location or DMSL or DML and use a variety of these ranges, BASD, PDOR, and so forth. You can also run these at a battalion level. So being given to you is location and division and brigade, but if you look at the CUR UPC, you can run a battalion level query. Remember, your UPC is the last or the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth characters of a UIC. I'd like you to press F3 now. And that concludes Personnel Query.